Kit Kats Can Read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my anticipated releases for June, as it's now the month of June now, and every month I have been letting you guys know 10 books that I have found and selected from Goodreads that Goodreads are saying that are releasing in June. So I will just say as a heads up, if the release date changes, which they can do, then this is just completely down to Goodreads. So I've literally searched today, which is the 6th of June, just to make sure that these dates are still the same. So without further ado, let's get started. I am, as always, going to begin the books from the release date, of like the earliest release date throughout the month. So I am going to start with June the 5th, which actually this book is already out because this is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I'll place the pictures over here, but this is Morgan Matson's latest book. So it came out on June the 5th, and this is a book that a lot of people are highly anticipating. I myself am very highly anticipating. I'm literally waiting for it to come in the post from Amazon. Amazon always very slow with this matter. Don't know why I order pre-orders with them, if I'm honest, but I suppose I have to learn to wait. But this is about Charlie and their older sisters getting married at the weekend at their family home. Charlie can't wait. For the first time in years, all 4 of her older siblings will be under one roof, and Charlie is desperate for one last perfect weekend before the house is sold, and then everything changes. The house will be filled with jokes and games and laughs all over again, making decisions about things like what college to attend and reuniting with long-standing crush Jessie Foster. All that she can wait. She wants to focus on making the weekend perfect, but the only problem is that the weekend is shaping up to be an absolute disaster. Not to mention the neighbour, who seems to be bent on sabotage, and a storm that is bent on drenching everything. Justice for the peace is missing. Over the course of 3 ridiculously chaotic days, Charlie will learn more than she ever expected about the family that she thought she knew by heart, and she will realise that sometimes trying to keep everything like it was in the past means missing out on the future. So it sounds really fun, and I really have enjoyed Morgan Matson's books in the past, so I'm looking forward to her new release. The next release also comes out on the 5th of June, and this is called Mariam Sharma Hits the Road by Sheba Karim. Again, the picture will be over here, and this is about the summer after her freshman year in college. Mariam is looking forward to working and hanging out with her best friends. Irrepressible and beautiful Ghazala and religious but closeted Umar. But when a scandalous photo of Gaz appears on the billboard in the Times Square, Mariam and Umar come up with a plan to rescue her from her furious parents. And what better escape than New Orleans? Friends then pile into a car and start driving south, making all kinds of pit stops along the way. So it sounds really interesting and a road trippy sort of novel, and definitely a really awesome June summary read, so I look forward to this one. I have another June the 5th release. This book is called The Art of French Kissing by Brianna R. Shrum. This is about 17-year-old Carter Lane, who've wanted to be a chef since they were old enough to ignore their parents' warnings to stay away from the hot stove. Now they have the chance of a lifetime, a scholarship competition in Savannah, where students compete all summer in a top-style challenges for a full ride to one of the best culinary schools in the country. The only possible challenge ingredient is her basket, Reed Yamada. After Reed, a cute but unbearably cocky opponent goes out of his way to screw her over in one day, Carter vows revenge, and soon they're involved in a fully fledged culinary war. Just as the tension between them reaches its boiling point, Carter and Reed are forced to work together, and if they want to win, and Carter begins to wonder if Reed's constant presence in her brain is about more than rivalry. So it sounds really interesting, and I really like sort of different books that like involve things like chefs and foods and that sort of thing, and rivalry and competitions, and just like when things get really heated and stuff. I'm really looking forward to this one, and I'm loving the cover because the macaroons on it, my goodness. The next release also comes out on the 5th of June, and this is Always Forever Maybe by Anika and Rose Reese, which I do have a physical copy for review, which is currently behind me on the bookshelf, and it's on my June TBR. So I'm really excited about this one. So this is a young adult contemporary, which is about Bets and Aidan, and they meet at a candy store where they work, and their connection is like a sugar rush to the heart. Bets already knows that the two of them are infinite, inevitable, and destined to become us. But Bex has only ever kept one secret from her best friend, Jo. Suddenly there's a long list of things that she won't tell her, and things that Jo wouldn't understand, because Jo doesn't see how good Aiden is with Bex. She finds him needy, possessive and controlling, but she's wrong, because with a love like this, nothing else matters. So it sounds like a really sort of problematic relationship that the person that's involved isn't seeing, but the friend on the outside is. So it sounds interesting and different, and I really look forward to giving this one a read. Now we're moving on to the 7th of June, and this book is called 1,000 Perfect Notes by C.G. Drews. Now this sounds like it's going to be a really emotional and just pulling you at your heartstrings sort of book, because it does sound really sort of sad, and this is about music, abuse and ultimately hope. And it's about Beck, who hates his life. He hates his violent mother and he hates his home, but he hates the piano that his mother forces him to play hour after hour and day after day. He will never play as she did before the illness has ended her career and left her bitter and broken. Beck is, however, too scared to stand up to his mother and tell her his true passion, which is composing his own music, because the least suggestion of rebellion on his part ends in violence. But when Beck meets August, a girl full of life, energy and laughter, love begins to awaken with him and he glimpses a way to escape his painful existence. But dare he reach for it? So like I say, it's just going to sound like it's going to be really sad, but like happiness all the same. So I'm really hoping that Beck sort of finds happiness, because at the moment it just sounds really dreary, but I am really looking forward to this one. This next book release comes out on the 12th of June, and this is called A Flicker in the Clarity by Amy McNamara. So for as long as Evie can remember, she and Emma have been best friends. They've gone through absolutely everything together, and only Evie understood what it was like for Emma to lose her older brother in a car accident. And though they couldn't be more different, Emma is the life of the party, whereas Evie is quite shy, and the dynamic has always worked for them. But then Evie makes a callous mistake that ends up having serious consequences for Emma. They've had their squabbles before, but this is different. So Evie tries to apologise, Emma ignores her texts, gets a new best friend and completely freezes her out of her life. Evie didn't mean to betray Emma in the way that she did, and she's desperate to get her back into Emma's good graces. Who is Evie without Emma? But then Evie meets Theo, who is a kindred spirit unlike any boy that she's ever encountered, and with him she can at least pretend like her life is normal. But just as she's about to let go and fully fall into whatever is happening with him, Emma resurfaces miraculously, letting Evie back in. And though it's not without consequence, erratic behaviour, drunken incidents and panicked late night calls are only some of the hoops that Emma has made Evie jump through. And all Evie is wanted is to get her best friend back. But Emma sees hell bent on self-destruction. Evie is used to swooping in to pull Emma out of her troubles, but how do you help someone who doesn't want to be saved? So it sounds like really big on friendship, and obviously there's a little touch of romance there, but really it's just the power of friendship, and hopefully these two can work things out, and I look forward to seeing if they do. Another book release that comes out on June the 12th is Crossing the Line by Simone Elkeles. Now, Simone has written quite a few contemporary young adult romance novels, and I have enjoyed them in the past. So I'm looking forward to reading their new book. And this is about an abusive stepdad Ryan has to escape from, and then he runs from tiny Texas border town to Mexico, but his plans to keep his head down and stay out of trouble are shattered the minute that he meets the beautiful and totally out of his league Delilah. So Delilah shouldn't even know someone like Ryan, the daughter of one of the wealthiest lawyers in Mexico, and Delilah is focused on studying and planning for her future, and Ryan is just a distraction from her dreams, but she's never felt more alive than when she's by his side. So Ryan and Delilah are wrong for each other in every way, and yet they can't resist the sparks that fly when they're together. But their love is like a flame burning too close to the fuse. Something is going to explode. Will their love be strong enough to survive, or will it burn them both? So again, it's like one of those novels where they shouldn't really be together, but however when they are together, it's really good. It's like kind of like opposites attract sort of thing. So I'm hoping that the romance is going to be really good and that they will survive this. So again, I'm looking forward to reading Simone's latest novel. Now we have a release on June the 14th, and this is Bookshop Girl by Chloe Coles. Of course, we all want a book that is about books. So this is about Bennett's Bookshop, and it's always been a haven for 16-year-old Paige Turner. It's a place where that she can escape from her sleepy hometown and hang out with her best friend Holly, and also earn some money at the same time. But like so many bookshops, Bennett's has become a casualty on the high street. It's strapped for cash and going to be torn down, and Paige is determined to save it, but mobilising a small town like Graysworth is no mean feature. Time is ticking, but that's not the only problem that Paige has. How is she going to fend off the attractions of a beautiful artist, Blaine? And more importantly, will his anarchist ways make or break her bookshop campaign? So I feel like this is going to be a really awesome friendship, passable romance, where they just sort of help each other try to save this bookshop, and I'm really excited. It definitely sounds interesting. Coming out on June the 19th, I have Not the Girls You're Looking For by Amina May Safi, and this is about Lulu, who doesn't need your advice. She's got her 3 best friends and nothing to stop her from conquering the known world. For half a minute she thought that she nearly drowned a cute guy at a party, but he was faking it. And she caused a scene during Ramadan. Her life is basically under control-ish, except maybe this time she's done a little more damage than she realises. And if they can't find their way out of this mess soon, they're going to have to do more than repair friendships, family alliances and wet clothing. She will have to go looking for herself. So it sounds like this can be a little bit amusing. I'm not entirely sure if there's going to be a little comedy in this book, but it does sound really interesting all the same, so I look forward to giving this one a read. And the last book release that I'm going to be talking about also comes out on June the 19th, and this is called Chemistry Lessons by Meredith Goldstein. So this is an emotionally weird debut about a teen science whiz in Cambridge, Massachusetts, who tries to crack the chemical equation for lasting love and instead wreaks havoc on herself and the boys in her life. So this is about Maya. The equation for happiness is simple: a dream internship, 2 science nerd friends, a perfect boyfriend equals 1 amazing summer. But then Whit dumps her out the blue, and Maya is miserable as she discovers that her scientist mother, before she died, was conducting research on manipulating pheromones to enhance human attraction. So if Maya can finish her mother's work, maybe she can get Whit back. But when her experiment creates chaos in her love life, she realises that maybe love and loss can't be understood using the scientific method. Can she learn to trust the immeasurables of love and attraction instead? So this sounds like it's going to be a really sort of geeky romance, because obviously you've got the science side of it, and then you've got the romance side, but it sounds like it's going to be kind of cute and quirky as well, so I definitely look forward to this one. So there you have it guys, those are just 10 books that I am highly anticipating to release in the month of June, and some are already released. The first few that I mentioned came out on June the 5th. By the time this video goes up, there will be some more possibly that I've released, but it's just to give you a heads up on what books are coming out. Do let me know down below in the comments if you're excited about these books, or if there are some books that I've mentioned that you didn't know about before, but I hope you guys are going to add them to your TBRs all the same. I hope you guys are going to have an absolutely fantastic June. Do let me know down below in the comments any other releases that you're excited for as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Keep smiling, keep reading and be happy. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!